Hey, this is Anney.
And Samantha.
And welcome to Stuff I Never Told You, a production of iHeartRadio. And welcome to another sub-segment of fictional women around the world. We're moving out of Star Wars territory today.
What?
Yeah, I know. We'll be back soon enough, don't you worry. But we are talking about one of my faves, Valkyrie, both for Pride Month and also because I'm getting pretty excited about the upcoming movie Thor, Love and Thunder. I'm sure we'll revisit that after we've seen it. And we're going to be primarily focused on her incarnation in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, or the MCU, played by the fantastic Tessa Thompson. And as always with these episodes, it can get a bit messy trying to keep track of and clearly explain everything when it's part of this huge, expansive, and frequently rebooted universe.
Yes.
Now we've got multiverse upon multiverse, so we're going to do our best. And one of the reasons we're focusing on Valkyrie in the movies is she's actually kind of more prominent in the movie than she is in the comic, from what I understand. And listeners, you can write in if I'm incorrect on that, but it seems like she got a bigger role in the movie than she does have in the comics. You can see the movie crush I did on Thor Ragnarok, which is the first movie she appeared in. If you would like to learn more about that. And just in case you're interested, after the success of Thor Ragnarok, a character kind of obviously based on Tessa Thompson was introduced in the comics. So that's interesting. Because originally, this character was typically like blonde-haired, blue-eyed, stereotypical Norwegian character. Tessa Thompson's version was saved by a version that looks like this. We're going to talk about that. It is complicated, but yeah. All right. Okay. So Samantha's going to go along with this ride as per usual.
I'm a nod. So Please know my silence is nodding.
She's engaged, everybody. And if there are any questions, you can stop me. I don't know that I'll be able to answer them, but I will try my best.
Here we go.
Okay, here we go. So Valkyrie, whose real name is Brunhild in the comics, but has yet to be revealed in the MCU, was once a Valkyrie. Yeah. And that is the elite guard sworn to protect the throne of Asgard. So when the Valkyrie, and yes, I know this is confusing because there's the Valkyrie, but she's also called Valkyrie. Okay? All right. So when the Valkyrie went up against Odin's daughter, Thor's sister, Hela, the goddess of death, they were obliterated. Everyone died except Valkyrie. Yes, Tessa Thompson's Valkyrie.
I'm assuming that they're nicknaming her this since she's the last remaining. So it makes more sense than you think.
It does. It does. It's just confusing when you're trying to condense it into a paragraph. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah. Okay, so everyone died except, yes, Valkyrie, including the woman.
Everyone dies.
It's quite sad. And actually, I don't know if you can actually watch it anywhere, but I believe there is a deleted scene that is expanded. So I'm sure it's even sadder. And as part of that expanded deleted scene, there is a woman who looks like the comic version of Valkyrie, i.e. the blonde, blue-eyed woman who saves Valkyrie, and it is implied that they were in love with each other, or that they had a romantic relationship. So, okay, Valkyrie escaped to the planet Sakaar, where she operated as a very successful, albeit frequently drunk bounty hunter called Scrapper 142. And she's basically living in exile and waiting to die. Tessa Thompson has said that Valkyrie is bisexual. And yeah, there was this deleted scene, another deleted scene from Thor Ragnarok of her leaving the bedroom of another woman. And apparently they're going to explore it more in the new movie. So we'll see. While fleeing from Hela, Thor crash lands on Sakaar, and Valkyrie fights off some bounty hunters trying to capture him, only to apprehend him herself and turn him over to the Grand Master, played by Jeff Goldblum, who plans on pitting him against his champion in a fight for the planet's entertainment. Spoiler alert, the champion is the Hulk, who Valkyrie has been training to improve his fighting skills. They have a kind of cute, interesting relationship. When Thor realizes that Valkyrie was a Valkyrie, she snaps at him, telling him about what happened with Hela, how the throne is a lie. Thor convinces her to join the Revengers, as he's calling them, And they escape the planet Sakaar after Valkyrie kicks some serious ass and kind of takes control of the situation. She changes into her old Valkyrie uniform in order to fight for Asgard. When it becomes clear that they can't defeat Hela, despite their best efforts, Thor kickstarts Ragnarok, which is the prophesized end of their planet, instructing Valkyrie to get the people onto ships to save them. So big fight happens, all of that happens. They decide to head to Earth, but are attacked by Thanos and his goons on the way. Valkyrie manages to escape with some survivors, and she did go on to survive the snap, basically running New Asgard in Norway while Thor grapples with depression. And you don't really see her survive. So for the first part in Infinity War...
Was that deleted or something?
No, I think that they just were like, you'll have to wait and see. Did she make it? Because she's not in Infinity War at all. And then she shows up and I was very relieved when she showed up in Endgame. Okay. Valkyrie takes charge and leads Asgardians during the Battle of Earth, which is the big final battle they have with Thanos. At the end of Avengers Endgame, Thor made Valkyrie the reigning sovereign of New Asgard. He was like, I'm not a good leader. I don't like it. You're good at it. Go, you have my blessing. Go forth. This makes her the first person to rule Asgardians that isn't part of the royal family. And you can see in the trailer, it seems like she's something missing in her heart. There's something she wants, but I'm very excited. I'm very excited to see what happens. There's also, I appreciate the scene in Thor Ragnarok where Thor kind of gushes over her. He kind of has a celebrity moment of like, oh, you're a Valkyrie. I always wanted to be one. And he says like, oh, but they're all women, so I couldn't be, but that's amazing. Like, I liked that was in there. She's definitely a very traumatized character. She's got the whole drinking to forget thing. She's very, at least at first, outwardly like, I don't care about you, Thor. I don't care about your problems. I don't care about Asgard. Like, don't bother me with that. And I think like her putting on the Valkyrie uniform at the end and facing Hela and helping protect Asgards and Asgardians and then eventually become the leaders sort of is her grappling with that trauma. And, trauma never really like goes away, but having that kind of at least effort at healing. She's really good at what she does. She's got superhuman strength. She's got superhuman durability, speed, stamina, reflexes, healing, and longevity. I did find an interesting article about King Valkyrie, as she's called, and gender on Asgard. So here is a quote from Tessa Thompson from 2019. As new king, she needs to find her queen. So that will be the first order of business. She has some ideas. I'll keep you posted. So that's interesting. But it was kind of, the article I read about it was talking about how it seems in Asgard, there are some things that break our traditional stereotypes when it comes to gender around women warriors, but there still also seems to be this idea of women being the carers and sort of in this more traditional position, and maybe Valkyrie breaking out of that. I don't know, but it was interesting. It was interesting. So we shall see what happens. I think it's only like a week or two away.
Mm-hmm. Have you already got your tickets?
I don't. I think some friends and I were talking about going at a drive-thru, and I'm just worried I'll like fry to a crisp. But
the drive-in?
Drive-in. I always say drive-thru. Yes. Yeah. Yes.
I'm like, wait, what?
That was the question of the whole thing. I was like, wait a minute, Anney. Do you mean?
I'm not trying to get a point, but I did have a moment of like,
oh. I do that all the time. It's so frustrating. But you and I should find a weird off time to go.
As we do.
Yes. I think we should
do a double feature. What are we going to do the double feature with, though? That's our tradition.
I have a couple movies I want to see that are coming out. I'll have to look if they'll be out. A couple of horror movies coming out that I want to see.
Okay, I have to vet these movies because
I will.
The last couple of ones has been traumatizing.
It's true.
Like, I love horror, scary movies. The slasher ones, I'm like, nah, I'm good. No.
No, I think none of the ones I'm talking about are slasher, but I
Okay,
will let you know, and you can have the final decision. Okay. Oh, what a twist that would be if Thor took
Ended up being a slasher horror movie. Like, what the hell?
What the hell? You and I still need to come back and discuss Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness.
Yes, I'll have to wait. I'm waiting for it.
I'm so ready. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Well, in the meantime, this brings us to the end of this segment, sub-segment of fictional women around the world. If you have a suggestion, we would love to hear it. You can email us at stephaniemomstuff@iheartmedia.com. You can find us on Twitter at momstuffpodcast or on Instagram at Stuff I'll Never Told You. Thanks as always to our super producer, Christina.
Thank you, Christina.
This podcast is brought to you by iHeartRadio. For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.